Hello friends, most welcome to English Advantage online classes. Friends, in this video I will be explaining to you the most important sentence correction and sentence improvement, but at the same time this video tutorial will be very useful for close test part, for sentence correction part, for fillers part and for reading comprehension part. So this video is will be very useful for you for the next forthcoming exams. So let us get started with these questions. This video tutorial will be in English language, and if you want to watch the Hindi part of it, you can definitely watch it by visiting the Hindi playlist available on this channel. So let us get started with these questions. So this is the sentence correction question and very typical of banking exam. The government must learn to keep away from research institutions so they can groom to be like ISRO. The sentence want to say that the government must not interfere in the working of research institutions so they can be developed into, or so they can be groomed into organizations like ISRO. Okay, just pay attention to my word. They can be groomed, they can be developed by somebody. They will not, the organizations or research institutions will not groom themselves. They will not groom on their own. You have to groom them. So they can be groomed, or they will be groomed by someone. Okay, so obviously this sentence should be written in passive voice, not in active voice, because the research institutions will be groomed by government. Okay, so here you should write, in place of so they can groom, in place of so they can groom, you should write so they can be groomed. You should write this sentence in passive voice rather than in active voice. Only then this sentence can be corrected, and this is grammatically incorrect sentence. The government must learn to keep away from research institution so they can groom means the organization, the research institute will groom on their own, which will be completely incorrect. So here you have to change this sentence, change this part into so they can be groomed. Okay, and here your answer will be C, because the problem lies in part C. Now let us see the question number 2. This is question number 2. Bookies and gamblers. Bookies and gamblers are the person who kind of fix the matches and who are involved in match fixing incidents. So bookies and gamblers are increasingly concerned that UK will opt to stay in the EU, that is European Union. In this sentence, if you examine each and every single part of this whole sentence, you will come to the error. You will come to the conclusion that what is the error. Bookies and gamblers are increasingly concerned that here you have to say the UK, because before all these words like UK, like USA, like USSR, before all these acronyms and before all these words, you have to put the definite article the UK, the USSR and the USA. This is the only mistake, and this is the erroneous part of it. So here your answer will be C. Your answer here will be C. So these are typical banking questions, very important questions. Please watch this video from beginning till end, and if time permits, you must watch this video multiple times so that you can grasp all kind of these important sentences. Now let us move on to the question number 3. They would learn to cook and eat Indian food, experienced Indian culture through the many events he organized or travel with her to Pune. Now in this sentence, just see here, they would learn to. They would learn to. Now after this learn to maintain the consistency of the sentence, all verbs should be written in present tense. Since these verbs are present tense, all verbs should be written in present tense to maintain the uniformity or consistency in the sentence. So this verb also, this verb is wrong here. This verb should be written as experienced. Experience. They would learn to cook and eat Indian food, experience Indian culture Through the many events he organized or traveled with her to Pune. So just to maintain the uniformity, after this word would learn to, all the verbs should be written in present simple tense, or you can say the first form of the verb. Cook, eat and experience. Cook, eat and experience. So this is how, this is very important sentence, and this is how this sentence can be corrected, and here your answer will be B, because the problem lies in part B. Now let us move on to the question number 4. Although Eleanor was a talented historian, her research transcended the boundaries of history and incorporated perspective of sociology, political science and philosophy. Just see here, we are talking about multiple subjects here. Okay, so the perspective of all these subjects will be written as perspectives, because there are many subjects involved. So there will be many perspectives. So just to imply this plurality of this question, just to make it plural, we have to write it perspectives. Perspectives. Okay, because there are many subjects involved here: sociology, political science and philosophy. So this is how this sentence can be corrected, and your answer here will be D. Okay, now let us move on to the next part of very important questions. The question number 5 is, my mother agreed with my going to New Delhi alone for my final examination. Okay, this word agree is followed by with or to. We use this word with the person, and to with the thing or incident or any happening, any other thing except person. We use to. So here we are talking about the incident. Okay, and what is the incident? The incident is the action is my going to New Delhi alone. We are talking about the my going to New Delhi alone for my final exam. So my mother agreed. So in place of this word, here you have to say to. Here you have to say to. My mother agreed to something. Okay, we say agree to something and agree with a person. Since there is no person here, since we are talking about the activity, so here we have to use to. So here your answer will be A. Now let us see this question. These devices translate data and programs that human can understand to a form that a computer can process. Okay, whenever you see this word translate, break or change, whenever you see these words, you must remember that these three words, translate, break and change, are followed by into. Translate into, change into and break into. So here in place of this to, you should write into, because you are talking about translation and you are talking about one form into another form. So these devices translate data and program that human can understand into a form. They translate the data into a form that a computer can process. So this is how this sentence can be corrected. Very important sentence. Okay, all these words like translate, like break and like change are followed by into, not to only. Okay, so here your answer will be C. Now let us move on to the question number 7. Mr. Mehta has been sentenced to 3 years imprisonment for his involvement in the case of misappropriation of funds in the bank. Misappropriation of funds mean when you misuse the money that is available with you. Okay, so this so-called Mr. Mehta has been sentenced. He has been imprisoned, and how long the imprisonment is? This is 3 years long. Okay, 3 years I am saying, but here you should not say 3 years, because this is a compound noun, and compound noun is implied by this hyphen. As you can see here, through this hyphen you can understand that this is the compound noun, and in compound noun this word after the numeral, this is the numeral 2, 3, 4, 5, this is the numeral, and after this numeral this word should be written in singular. So here you should say 3 year, 5-year plan, 2-year son. So this is how you should deal with this. Okay, so this years should be changed into year, only year, because this is a compound noun. Okay, and here your answer will be B. Now let us move on to this question number 8. The government banned the use of potassium bromide as a food additive following a Center for Science and Environment study that found its presence in breads. Okay, in English there are many words that has no plural, and one of them is bread. You cannot say breads. If you want to imply the piece of bread, you should say loaf of bread, a loaf of bread, a piece of advice, a piece of paper, a piece of work. So there are many nouns which are not written in plurals, and you have to mention the singular form of that noun. You have to use these words like piece. Okay, like for instance, for chocolate we say a bar of chocolate. We do not say chocolate, but we say a bar of chocolate, a piece of advice, a piece of work, a piece of paper. In the same way, you have to say here only bread. This bread is not written in plural, so breads will be inappropriate here, and your answer here will be D. Okay, I hope you clearly understand all these sentences, and you will be able to apply these sentences in the real examination. Now let us move on to the question number 9. Amid talks of an AICC reshuffle and the revamp of Indian oldest party, which is the Indian oldest party, that is, we are talking about the Congress party, Rahul Gandhi has once again left for foreign shores. Okay, while the talks were going on regarding the restructuring or revamping of the India's oldest party, Congress, Rahul Gandhi left for the foreign trip. This is what this sentence want to say, and here you should say not Indians oldest party, but you should say India's oldest party. Okay, India's oldest party. This will be Indian will be inappropriate here. You have to say India's oldest party. So here your answer will be B. Now let us move on to the question number 10. The couple had been in the run for over 2 weeks after their name surfaced in the case. First their name surfaced in the case, and after that they were on the run. They were on the run. You should say on the run. Okay, they were running from the police. They were running here and there just to escape the arrest. So this is what this sentence want to say. So here you should say on the run. They were kind of absconding. Okay, they were running from the police just to escape the arrest. So the couple had been on the run, not in the run. The correct phrase is on the run. So here your answer will be A. Sentence number 11. India set forth on a path to liberalize its economy under the watchful eyes of former Prime Minister P.B. Narasimha Rao and then Finance Minister Manmohan Singh. Okay, India set forth. India started their journey. India started their journey on a path to. Now this on a path to is a prepositional phrase, and all the prepositional phrases, as I told you earlier also, they are followed by BING form of the verb. This BING form of the verb is known as gerund form in grammar, and this is considered noun. Since all prepositions are followed by noun, you have to put the noun form of liberalization, and the noun form of liberalization, liberalize, will be liberalization, that is ing form. So you have to change this word into liberalizing. On a path to is a prepositional phrase, And let me explain to you some more prepositional phrases which are followed by ing form of the verb, and they are looking forward to, in spite of, okay, in place of, in lieu of. All these prepositional phrases are always followed by ing form of the verb. Always remember this thing in mind. So here your answer will be B. Now let us move on to this question. That is question number 12. The license Raj was took apart, the rupee was made convertible, the trade policy was overhauled, and India was ineluctably altered. Just see in this sentence, three or four passive voice constructions have been used, and all of them are passive voice constructions. First of all, this is the passive voice construction. The license Raj was took apart. This is the first part. Just see the second part. The rupee was made convertible. This was and V3. Was and V3 is passive voice. Just see here. Was and V3. Okay, here also the trade policy was overhauled. Was and V3. And here also was and V3. So many passive voice clauses have been used in this sentence, and in passive voice constructions, after this helping verb like ismr or was verb, we use third form of the verb. We do not use second form of the verb, rather we use third form of the verb. So this is the second form of the verb. In place of took, we must say taken apart. Taken is the third form. So this is how this sentence can be corrected, and your answer will be A. Okay. So now let us move on to the next part. Part number 30, question number 13th. The need for a policy shift became evident much earlier as many countries in East Asia achieved high growth and poverty reduction through policies which emphasized greater export orientation and encouragement of the private sector. Okay, in this sentence, through this word like much earlier or earlier, through this word I can conclude that in this sentence there are two activities. This is the second activity and this is the first activity, and this activity was already completed before this activity took place. Okay, so this is the first activity and this is the second activity, and this activity is already written in V2, achieved. So it is written in V2. So this activity that was already completed before the second activity, you must write this activity in past perfect tense. Okay, the need for a policy shift had become evident. So here you should say had become evident. Before this became, you should write here had became evident much earlier. Much earlier means before this second activity. So since this activity was already completed, we must write this activity in past perfect tense. So the need for a policy shift had become evident. This is how you should correct this sentence, and here your answer will be A. Question number 14. Between 1991 and 2016, a record 138 million Indians were raised above the poverty line, and the journey is poised to become faster after 2016 in view of the current pace of growth. Okay, between the time of 1991 and 2016, 138 million people have been raised above the poverty line. Okay, in place of this word rise, you have to say raised. Okay, because they have been improved or they have been put above the poverty line by somebody else. Okay, so rise means to go up on its own, and raise means to make something go up. Okay, that is the causative verb. So here in place of raised, you have to say raised, because they were raised by someone. They did not raise on their own. they raise by someone, they were raised by someone. Okay, this is how I can explain this thing. Okay, so here your answer will be B. You must be very careful regarding these two words, rise and raise. Raise is a causative verb and rise is a regular verb. Now let us look at this question 15th. The momentum of these reforms helped India join the club of few fastest growing economies after 2005. Now whenever you see this word few and little or a few, you should get alert, you should become alert, because there must be a mistake in these minor words, minor looking words. So here the problem lies in this word only, because this word few indicates some kind of negativity, and few imply near to zero or near zero, you can say. And which digit is near zero? Which digit is near zero? 1 is a digit that is near zero. But here we are talking about so many people, because without the involvement of so many members, this club cannot be created. There has to be many members in the club, only then club can be created. Okay, so few here means only one, but there are many members in this club. So here you have to say a few, because a few means more than one. Few simply means a very less quantity, almost nil, or you can say 1%. But here you have to imply 10%, not 1%. So that is why you have to say a few, not few. So here your answer will be C. I hope you have clearly understood this thing. If you have any problem understanding this question, please write to me in the comment box. Okay, for further clarification, I will write back to you, and I will give you complete clarification for this question. Now let us move on to the question number 16th. While some believe that the tax will have a definite impact on curbing the unhealthy eating habits of people, others feel that the tax imposed will not make a difference. In this sentence, I think we are talking about the fat tax that has been imposed by Kerala government recently, just to curb the unhealthy eating habit of the people, and just to curb the problem of obesity that is very prevalent nowadays among people. So while some believe that tax will have a definite impact on curbing the unhealthy eating habits of people, others feel that the tax imposition will not make a difference. Before this will, here you must write the noun form. Okay, and noun form of impose is imposition, not impose but imposition. So this is how this sentence can be corrected, and your answer here will be C. Now let us look at some more sentences. The recently elected communist government says 14% tax is aimed at making people more conscious about food choices and curb obesity. Just see here, after this and before this and we are mentioning the verb ing form of the verb making, and after this we are saying only curb. So before and after and, we must use the same kind of verb to maintain the uniformity in the sentence. So here we should say tax is aimed at making people more conscious about food choices and curbing obesity. So here your answer will be D. This is a typical banking exam sentence, very important sentence. Question number 18 says imposition of higher taxes may help in reversing the trend of fast food consumptions among people in metros, irrespective of the tax angle, lifestyle and personal choice seems to matter more to people. In this sentence we are talking about three things: tax angle, lifestyle and personal choices. So the subject become plural, and with the plural subject we must use the plural verb, that is seem. In place of seems, I must say seem. And your answer here will be D. Levying taxes on high calorie food items and drinks is one way to rein on consumptions. Here I am talking about checking on consumption, stopping the consumption, or you can say curbing the consumption or reducing the consumption. Okay, so here in place of this phrase, the correct phrase is rein in. Rein in. Rein in means to put a check on something. To put a check on something. To rein in, not rein on. So here in this question, your answer will be D. Now next question, Bihar government decided to impose a 13.5% value added tax on various food items and snacks to make up to the loss stemming from a ban on liquor sales from 1st April 2016. You must be knowing that Bihar government has imposed a complete ban on liquor sale, and the government earn revenue from the liquor sale. Just to compensate the loss, they have imposed some kind of 13.5% value added tax on various food item and snacks, just to compensate the loss that is being incurred by banning on liquor sales. Okay, so here the sentence has used one phrase, that is make up for. Make up for means to compensate, but here what is the wording written? Make up to. So this make up to, you have to change make up to into make up for, because make up for means to compensate, and here your answer will be B. Very important sentences. All sentences I have taken very important sentences. All sentences I have taken particularly for banking exam, IBPS Bank PO and IBPS Clerk exam. But at the same time, since these sentences are based on concepts, they will be highly useful for SSC, CGL exam, and I should not forget to mention NDA and CDS exam. This sentence will be very, very useful. So finally, if you have liked this video, if you have found this video useful for your exam and for your success, please like it, share it with your friends, and do send me your comment for further improvement in this video. And if you are the first timer on this channel, please do not forget to subscribe. Please do join us. Do not forget to subscribe. It will be highly, highly beneficial for your success. So here I have given some links. These links I will be provided in the description box, and from there you can connect to me through these links. You can join English Advantage group that has been created on Facebook. Very, very popular nowadays, and very many students are joining this English Advantage group on a daily basis. So you can also join this English Advantage group on Facebook, and this is my WhatsApp number 98937199933. You can connect to me on WhatsApp, and I have given my email ID also. If you want to connect to me through this email ID, you can definitely connect to me. So thank you very much once again for watching this video, and I wish you all the best for your bright future. Thank you.